Hello students, in this lecture session we shall try to solve all the problems given in exercise 3.3, and I hope you have gone through the previous two video lecture sessions where we have gone through the fundamentals required for this chapter and also solved all the problems given in exercise 3.1 and 3.2. Right? So now this exercise we need to solve all the equations by using the method of substitution. So let's consider the first problem 1. X plus y equal to 14 and x minus y equal to 4. So what do you mean by substitution? I need to find the value of x and y. So now let me represent y in terms of x. Right? So we have x minus 4 equals y. Right? So I take y to RHS and bring 4 to LHS. So y is x minus 4. So now let me substitute for y in this equation. Right? So what is y? Y is x minus 4. So I have x plus y is x minus 4 equal to 14. So taking this 4 to RHS, I get 2x equal to 18, or x is equal to 9. So if x is equal to 9, what is y? Y is 9 minus 4, which is 5. So substituting it back here, I get y equals 5. So we have found the value of y by the method of substitution. X and y by the method of substitution. So problem 2, s minus t equals 3 and we have s by 3 plus t by 2 equals 6. So now let me multiply this entire equation by 6 so that I don't have 3 and 2 in the denominator. So we have 6 by 3, which is 2y, so I get 2s, plus 6 by 2 is 3, so I get 3t, equals 6 into 6 is 36. Right? So now we have from this equation s is equal to t plus 3. So here I will substitute for s. So I have 2 into s is t plus 3 plus 3t equals 36. So 2t plus 6 plus 3t equals 36. So I have 5t equals 30, or t equals 30 by 5, which is 6. So if t is 6, from this equation s equals t is 6, 6 plus 3, which is 9. So s is 9, t is 6. So problem 3 is a very interesting problem. Now we have these two equations, and if I divide this second equation by 3, I get 3x minus y equals 3. Right? So I find that these two equations are one and the same. And in case we substitute for y here, so 3x minus 3 equals y, bringing y to RHS and 3 to LHS. Now if I substitute for y here, so I get 3x minus y is 3x minus 3 equals 3. So what do I get? I get 3x minus 3x plus 3 minus 3 equal to 0. So I get 0 equal to 0. Right? So since both the equations are one and the same, how do we find the value of x and y? I have infinite possibilities. So I can choose any value of x because these two are one and the same, isn't it? If I choose x equal to 0, I'll get one value of y. If I choose x equal to 1, I'll get another value of y. Say for example, if x is 0, I get y equal to minus 3. If I put x equal to 1, so I get 3 minus 3 equals y. So if x is 1, so I get 3 minus 3 equals y. Right? X is 1, so I get y equal to 0. If x is 2, then I have 6 minus 3 is equal to y. So y is equal to 3. So like that, if I take different values of x, I get different values of y. So how many possibilities do I have? I have infinite possibilities. So the number of solutions, the number of values of x and y would be infinite. So the next problem, 4, 0.2x plus 0.3y equals 1.3 and 0.4x plus 0.5y equals 2.3. So let me multiply both the equations with 10. So we get 2x plus 3y equals 1, 3. So I want to remove the decimal point here. Here I get 4x plus 5y equals 23. Okay. So what is x from this equation? So x equals 13 minus 3y by 2. So let me substitute for x here in this equation. So I get 4 into x is 13 minus 3y by 2 plus 5y equals 23. So I get 2 here. So this is 2 into 13. So which is, I'll write it here. So 2 into 13 is 26 minus 6y plus 5y equals 23. Okay. So minus 6y plus y is minus y. Taking 26, I get minus 26 plus 23 equals minus 3. So y equals 3. So if y is equal to 3 here, let me substitute it back in this equation, or let me put it here. If y is 3, 3 into 3 is 9, isn't it? So 13 minus 9 by 2, which is 4 by 2, which is equal to 2. So x is 2 and y is 3. So we have these two equations. Now let me multiply both the equations by 6. So if I multiply this equation by 6, so I get 6 by 2 is 3. So 3 into 3 is 9x minus 6 by 3 is 2. So 2 into 5 is 10, 10y equals 6 into minus 2, which is minus 12. So similarly here, multiplying this by 6, so we get 6 by 3 is 2, so I get 2x plus 3y equals 13. Right? So now what is x? So x is, taking this to RHS, I get 10y minus 12 divided by 9. So this is x here. So let me substitute the value of x in this equation. So I get 2 into 10y minus 12 by 9 plus 3y equals 13. So the best way is to multiply the entire equation by 9. Okay, so that I can avoid this. So 9 and 9 gets cancelled here. So I get 2 into 10, which is 20y minus 24, 2 into 12. Then I have 9 into 3, which is plus 27y equals 13 into 9. So 13 into 9 is 117. Right? So here we get 47y equals 117 plus 24, which is 141. So y is 141 divided by 47, which is 3. Right? So if y is 3, let me substitute this back here. So I get 2x plus 3 into 3 is 9 equals 13. So x equals 13 minus 9 is 4 by 2, which is 2. So x is 2 and y is. So problem 2 is a very interesting problem. There are two equations given, 2x plus 3y equals 11 and 2x minus 4y equals minus 24, and we need to find the value of m such that y equals mx plus 3. So how do we do that? So let us first try to find the value of x and y. So we have 2x from this equation. 2x is 11 minus 3y. So let me substitute for 2x here. So I have 11 minus 3y, this is 2x, minus 4y equals minus 24. So I have 11 minus 7y equals minus 24. So taking this to RHS, I get minus 7y equals minus 24 minus 11 is minus 35, minus minus gets cancelled, 35 by 7 is 5, so y equals 5, so I get y equal to 5 here. So substituting the value of 5 here in this equation, I get 2x equals 11 minus 15. 5 3s are 15. So we get minus 4 by minus 4. So x is minus 4 by 2, which is minus 2. Right? So x is minus 2 and y is 5. So now we have the equation y equals mx plus c. Right? So I have y, which is 5, equals x. X is minus 2 plus c. What is c? C is 3. So what is m? M is nothing but the coefficient of x. So I have x multiplied by minus 1. So this can be written as 5 equals minus 1 into 2 plus 3. So therefore m equals minus 1. Right? So this is a very interesting problem where we need to find the value of m. So third problem. So in that the first one, now let us assume that the two numbers are x and y, and it has been given that the difference between the two numbers is 26. So x minus y equals 26. Right? And also it has been stated that one number is 3 times the other. So since x minus y is equal to 26, x happens to be the larger number. So 1 is 3 times. So x definitely has to be 3 times y. So therefore x equals 3y. Okay. So now let me substitute here. So x is 3y, isn't it? So 3y minus y equals 26. So 2y equals 26. So what is y? Y is 26 by 2, which is 13. So if y is 13, what is x? X is just 3 times 13. So x is 3 into 13, which is 39. Right? So let's move on with the second problem. It states that the larger of the two supplementary angles exceed the smaller by 18 degrees. So let the two angles be x and y. So the larger of these two exceed the smaller one by 18 degrees. That means if I take the difference of x and y, it is 80. And we already know that the sum of two supplementary angles is 180. So x plus y is 180. Right? So what is x? So from this equation we have x equals y plus 80. So let me substitute for x here. So I have y plus 18 plus y equals 180, or 2y equals 180 minus 18, which is 162. So y equals 81. So if y is 81, what is x? X is 81 plus 18. So 81 plus 18 would be 99. So the third problem. So we have a coach who buys 7 bats and 6 balls for rupees 3800 and buys 3 bats and 5 balls for 1750. So let us assume that the price of each bat is x and each ball is y. So we need to find x and y here. So 7x plus 6y equals 3800, and we have 3x plus 5y equals 1750. Right? So here from this equation, let me try to find what is y here. So what is y? Y is 1750. Let me bring 3x to RHS, minus 3x divided by 5. Alright, so now I will substitute this value of y here in the first equation. So I get 7x plus 6 into y, which is 1750 minus 3x divided by 5 equals 3800. Right? So now if I expand this, I get 7x plus, so if I divide 1750 by 5 and multiply it by 6, I get 2100 minus 6 into 3 is 18. 18 by 5 is 3.6x equals 3800. Alright, so here 7 minus 3.6, which is 3.4x, equals 3800 minus 2100, which is 1700. So x is 1700 by 3.4. So x is 1700 divided by 3.4, which gives me 500. So x is 500. So let me substitute 500 here. So we get y equals 1750 minus 500 into 3 is 1500 divided by 5. So I get 250 by 5, which is 50. So y is 50 and the value of x is 500. So the next problem, so two people use a taxi and the taxi has a fixed charge. It's like a minimum charge, right? So whatever distance you travel, the taxi always has a fixed charge. So let this fixed charge be x rupees. Okay? So the first person travels 10 kilometers and pays a total of rupees 105, and the next person travels 15 kilometers and pays an amount 155 rupees. Right? So let the charge per kilometer be y. Right? So what is 105? 105 is the fixed price x plus 10y equals 105. Right? And in the next case, I have again the fixed charge x plus 15y equals 155. So I have these two equations. So now we need to find the value of x and y. So what is x from the first equation? X equals 105 minus 10y. So substituting here in the second equation, so I get 105 minus 10y plus 15y equals 155. So I have 15 minus 10 is 5, so we get 5y equals 155 minus 105 is 50. So this implies y equals 10. So if y equals 10, if I substitute here, I get x plus 100 equals 105 or x equals 5. So the fixed charge is 5 rupees and per kilometer the cost is 10 rupees. So if a person wants to travel a distance of 25 kilometers, so the fixed charge is 5 plus 25 kilometers. The cost per kilometer is 10 rupees. So it is 250 plus 5, 255 rupees. So next, the fifth problem. A fraction becomes 9 by 11 if 2 is added to both numerator and denominator, and it becomes 5 by 6 if 3 is added to both numerator and denominator. So let the numbers be x and y. So if I add 2 to numerator and to denominator, it's been given that it becomes 9 by 11. And for the same two numbers x and y, if I add 3, it becomes 5 by 6. Right? So now let me cross multiply. So I get 11x plus 22 equals 9y plus 18. So similarly here, 6 into the numerator here, 6x plus 18 equals 5y plus 15. So here I have 11x minus 9y equals minus 4, and I have 6x minus 5y equals minus 3. So let me find the value of y in terms of x. So here we have 6x plus 3 divided by 5 equals y. So let me substitute for y here in this equation. So I get 11x minus 9 into 6x plus 3 divided by 5 equals minus 4. So let me multiply the entire equation by 5. So I get 55x minus, if I am multiplying this by 5, this 5 and this 5 will get cancelled. So I have 9 into 6, which is minus 54x minus 27 equals minus 20. So here we have 55 minus 54 is x, and then take this to the other side. So plus 27 minus 20, I get x is equal to 7. So if x is equal to 7, substituting this here, 6 into 7 plus 3 by 5 equals y. Right? So I have 42 plus 3 by 5, which is 45 by 5, which is 9. Right? So x is 7 and y is 9. So plus 2. So 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. So again here we get 7 plus 3, which is 10, and 9 plus 3 is 12. Right? So here we get 5 by 6. So if I divide both of them by 2, I get 5 by 6. Next problem, it states that we have Jacob and his son. Right? So let the current age of Jacob be x, and let the current age of his son be y. So it has been stated that 5 years hence, Jacob will be 3 times that of his son. So after 5 years, Jacob's age will be x plus 5, and son's age also will be y plus 5, isn't it? But the father's age will be 3 times that of his son. So 3 times that of his son. And what is the other condition? 5 years ago, Jacob's age was 7 times that of his son. So 5 years ago is x minus 5 and y minus 5. But 5 years ago, Jacob was 7 times as old as his son. So these are the two equations what we have got. So here we have x plus 5 equals 3y plus 15, and from this we have x minus 5 equals 7y minus 35. Right? So let me take this 5 to the other side. So I get x equals 7y. So minus 35 plus 5 is minus 30. So let me substitute the value of x in this equation. So I have 7y minus 30, which is x, plus 5 equals 3y plus 15. Right? So I have 7y minus 3y, and this is minus 25. So if I take minus 25 to the other side, it becomes plus 25 plus 15. So we have 4y equals 40. So y equals 10. So the current age of his son is 10. Now what about the father's age? What is x? X is 7 into 10 minus 30. So 70 minus 30 is 40. Now is this condition true? Let's check. So 5 years hence, so the father will be 45, son will be 50, and the father is 3 times as old as the son. 5 years ago, what was the father's age? 40 minus 5, which is 35. The son was 10 minus 5, he was 5 years. So 5 into 7 is 35. So the father was 7 times as old as his son 5 years ago. So here we have solved all the problems in the exercise 3.3 by using the method of substitution. And in the next exercise, in the next video segment, we shall solve all the problems given in the exercise 3.4 by the method of elimination. Right? So these are different ways by which we can find the unknowns x and y for a given set of equations having two variables x and y. So I hope you have found the video informative. Make sure that you do share, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.